There is one thing in Grade A's Everything Wrong with YouTube Part 2 video that is really important that I think that you, Grade A, and the entire YouTube community will want to know. Boop boop ba-doop. I'm a big fan of Grade A, but I still view his videos critically, as those of you who saw my Everything That's Wrong with YouTube Part 1 response will know. But sometimes, when Grade mentions an idea, he really hits the nail on the head. A lot of you asked for this response video, and I wasn't gonna do it because I felt his arguments were pretty solid, until I realized that one of them was so important that it deserved being expanded on, because it could be connected to what might be a scam. Let's take a look.
Everyone hates spam. Except YouTube, apparently. If everyone hates spam, why didn't Flo Antonio get anything done to him for years, despite his channel revolving around spam? Flo Antonio is the king of spam. Flo Antonio would literally just re-upload his old videos just to get fresh views from it. Some of his videos were full of comments saying things like, "You just uploaded this video like a week ago. Why am I seeing it again?" But nothing happens to him. Don't create misleading descriptions, tags, titles, or thumbnails in order to increase views. Is this a joke?
Now, those of you who watched my last video will be aware of what may be a major scandal, with YouTuber CJ So Cool claiming that he was hacked, when in reality, there might be a reason that he had to delete all of his own videos. Now, the reasons why it could be argued why his channel may not have been hacked are all explained in my previous video, which I will leave a link to probably as a card and in the description as well. But here's a quick primer. A fan noticed that CJ So Cool was hacked. He posted a video showing that all the videos on CJ's channel were deleted. CJ then posted a video which at the time had a different title than this, saying that he was aware his account was hacked, and he was in his old apartment, but he's moving to a new home soon. Just 2 hours later, CJ miraculously got his channel back and posted a video from his new home saying that he's quitting reactions. Amazing that in the span of just 2 hours, he was able to travel to his new house, get his channel back, film a whole video, edit the video, render it, and upload it so quickly. It seemed like this might be planned, but the coincidences didn't end there. Just 2 weeks earlier, Jinx, who's CJ's brother, and also a reactor on YouTube, started losing a bunch of views on his channel, which indicates that he was most likely privating videos, or making them unlisted so that people couldn't see them anymore. So with Jinx privating his videos, and with CJ having all his videos deleted just a couple of weeks later, it seemed very coincidental that they would both be getting rid of their videos around the same time, leading one to ask, why is this happening? Well, it turns out that Jinx and CJ So Cool are both part of Broadband TV, as are most reaction channels on YouTube. And it's just been confirmed to me by a source that Broadband TV is no longer accepting new reaction channels. Here's what I was told. So I had to keep messaging the guy to figure out why my contract was terminated after being approved / being ready to go. And he finally got back to me a while ago saying, due to an update in YouTube's terms of service, we can no longer work with reaction channels. If that ever changes, I'll be sure to let you know. So we have the uncanny coincidence that both Jinx and CJ decided to quit doing reactions, and both their reaction videos just happened to disappear. In Jinx's case, it looks like he's been privating them bit by bit, day after day to keep it discreet. Whereas CJ may have thought of a brilliant new plan. Why go through slowly privating his videos day after day when he could just say he's been hacked? So there it is. We have the theory that is much more fully explained with evidence in my previous video that I've linked to in the description. We have the theory that networks are no longer partnering new reaction channels, and based on YouTube's changes in their terms of service, they're having their currently partnered reaction channels move in a different direction. But with that primer out of the way, there's still one question which is the main point of this video. Why did Jinx decide to private his videos and CJ decide to delete all of them? Why choose the route of theoretically claiming to be hacked and then deleting all of your own videos? I was able to connect the missing dots thanks to one person who posted on my last video. Chris Sellers wrote, "So it looks as though CJ is doing a Flo Antonio. He's now uploading old videos to get new views," which is exactly what Grade A made the argument for as being a violation of community guidelines for being spam, by manipulating YouTube's system in order to get your channel more views. He said in one of his hacked vids that he doesn't have any of his vids because of space on his hard drive and they were all deleted. Now he uploads an old prank vid, and in the description says, "Look what I found, one of the videos I thought I'd never get to see again. God must be looking over me after all." Now it looks like that video might have been found online because of the way it is watermarked with Suzu in the lower right hand corner. Now I can hear the skeptics out there and you might be saying, wait a minute, why would CJ just start re-uploading his old videos? Wouldn't it make his fans angry just like it made Flo Antonio's fans angry? Not if he said his channel got hacked. But that's not all. There's more. During the alleged hacking, the titles on his videos kept changing. In fact, at one point it said hacked by Keemstar. At another point right after that, it said hacked by GradeAUnderA. Both very popular names on YouTube right now. Now, these constant name changes were one of the things that had me considering that maybe he really was being hacked, until I realized it was a red herring that would get CJ more publicity. Because what happened? Even though the names changed so fast that it probably wouldn't affect how people found his videos through YouTube search if they were searching for the names Keemstar or GradeAUnderA, it did get people like yours truly to tweet about it. Here you can see the change in video titles. Hacked by Keemstar, hashtag drama alert. And you can even see me tweeting, important, hey Keemstar, are you seeing this? So the effect of this was, by changing this to popular YouTubers' names, it made people tweet those YouTubers, and they both just happen to be YouTubers who are known at the moment for spreading news about the YouTube community and drama that's going on. Keemstar runs Drama Alert, and GradeAUnderA has been doing an expose on reactors. So is it a coincidence that his channel was supposedly hacked and then the names of these two big YouTubers were conveniently dropped so that people could help grow CJ's channel by sharing it? It's one of the main ways to grow on YouTube. Oh, and one more thing. CJ revealed the IP of the person who allegedly attacked him, citing a sign-in attempt that came from Google from New York City. The IP address is listed in the bottom of this image. So I did a little research. Using an IP tracker, I entered the IP, and you could see that the ISP or Internet Service Provider is DigitalOcean. Now, does that mean anything? Maybe. It means something entirely different than if we had seen Optimum Online or Time Warner Cable, for example, because both of those companies are consumer companies. Whereas DigitalOcean offers simple cloud infrastructure for developers, where you can deploy a solid-state cloud server in 55 seconds. Now, most hackers, especially if they're good enough to manage to break into CJ's account several times, even though he enabled two-step verification, which requires access to a second device like his phone to be able to get into the account again. Google basically sends a code to your phone when you try to log in, so you have to enter that code. Supposedly, this hacker was even bypassing that. A hacker that smart probably isn't going to use an IP that's as easily traceable as one that would come from a place like DigitalOcean. Instead, they'd be more likely to use a botnet, where an IP from any one of a random amount of computers that have previously been hijacked specifically to attack people would be used. Using something from DigitalOcean is traceable and just not a very secure way to hack someone. And what's more, it's quite odd that this hacker kept managing to get into his account past the two-step verification, and the titles of his videos that kept changing stopped as soon as I began to live stream the titles of his videos changing. Now, CJ knew I was live streaming at the time because I was talking to him on Twitter and told him so. Funny that it happened to stop just as I was getting video proof of what was happening to his account. Now let's step back and take a look at the bigger picture. While I've disagreed with GradeAUnderA on some of the points he's made, overall overall, he's had some very valid points in his criticisms on YouTube. And the recycling of videos for extra views is potentially a way of gaming YouTube's system as spam and could be reported as such. Now, everything that I've said about CJ is a theory, an opinion, an exercise in looking at all the evidence that answers the question of why he might have purposely chose to delete his videos rather than private them, and how that could explain why he might not have been hacked. Now, when Markiplier, for example, a very large gaming YouTuber, was hacked by a group called OurMine, he spoke with his network and was able to get his videos restored within the same day. For CJ, however, who's also a very large YouTuber, it's been days and his account is still in hacked status. And I know that Broadband TV is aware of it because a colleague of mine reached out to Broadband TV asking if they planned on doing anything about CJ's channel being hacked. And while they declined to comment, it still lets you know that they are aware of the situation, and still nothing has been done. So why am I bringing this up? Why is this important enough to have merited multiple videos on the topic? It's because if by chance this theory is true, this is one of the biggest scams we've seen pulled on YouTube by a large YouTuber. It's important because he's making money from these videos and you get paid per view. So by inflating the number of views he has by re-uploading old content, he's essentially scamming YouTube and its ad partners out of money. But again, that's only if this is true. For all we know, his channel could be restored tomorrow and we still won't know what really happened because he's a large enough YouTuber he could probably ask YouTube to restore his videos and they would do that. The reason why I cover stories like this is because YouTubers have a tremendous amount of power. CJ has an audience of almost 1 million people, and a lot of times these people are uninformed about how YouTube works, and they blindly trust the YouTubers that they follow. Time may tell whether CJ was really hacked or not, but there were so many coincidences that I had to bring it together for you in one place. This was the whole story. The invitation is still open to CJ to come on the channel and speak his side of the story. And if you found this insightful, share it with a friend. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this one.